Hello kids and welcome to Unit 5, The Schoolboy, written by William Blake. We are doing Unit 5, Part 5. In this session, we are going to learn figures of speech. A figure of speech is a speech that goes beyond the original literal meaning of words in order to supply new effects or fresh approach into an idea or a subject. You know that in poem, which is a creativity of a person, there are many words and lines which has got deeper meaning. So figure of speech helps to identify such things. Figures of the speech used in the poem The Schoolboy are hyperbole, alliteration, rhyming couplet, imagery and personification. There are 5 figures of speech used in this poem. First one, hyperbole. The use of exaggerated terms for the purpose of emphasis or effect. जो बड़ा चढ़ा के बोलना है. Example, the bag weighed a ton. Alliteration. The occurrence of the same consonant letter or sound at the beginning of words appearing close to each other is known as alliteration. Where the wild men watched and waited. W is being repeated here. Rhyming couplet. Couple means two. So in rhyming couplet you will be having 2 lines. A rhyming couplet is a set of 2 successive lines that have the same rhyming end. My heart was so light that I sang day and night. Light and night. Rhyming couplet. Imagery is a name given to the elements in a poem that spark off the senses. It represents objects, actions and ideas in such a way that it appeals to our physical senses. Imagery gives a mental image. So whenever you find such lines, automatically a picture comes into your mind when you read such lines. So that is imagery. Walls symbolize borders and cities symbolizes countries. Personification. In personification, inanimate objects, that is the non-living things, and abstract notions which you cannot touch or directly see, you can only feel it, are spoken of as having life. Youth is nimble, it's an abstract notion. Age is lame. Now let's do the figures of speech for this poem. Let's begin with stanza 1. I love to rise in a summer morn. The child is telling, I love to rise in the morning. Is it? No. Children usually don't wake up so early. So that is hyperbole. When the birds sing on every tree, hyperbole again, because birds sing not from every tree. The distant huntsman winds his horn. Now H is repeated, so alliteration. And the skylark sings with me. Again alliteration, S is repeated. Oh, what sweet company. Personification, because here he is talking the nature, the birds, that is the inanimate objects, as his friends. Stanza 2. But to go to school in a summer morn. Alliteration, S and S. Oh, it drives all joy away. Personification. He is telling that all his unhappiness goes once he sees the school. School is inanimate here. Under a cruel eye outward. Now he is comparing the eyes of his teachers to that of a cruel person. So that comparison is there, so it is metaphor. The little ones spend the day in sign and dismay. Rhyming couplet. Then at times I drooping sit. Imagery, clear picture, the child being depressed and sitting. And spend many an anxious hour. Again exaggeration, that is hyperbole. Nor in my book can I take delight. Hyperbole again. Nor sit in learning's bower. Again hyperbole. He is exaggerating the time spent in school. Worn through with the dreary shower. Now WW, alliteration. How can the bird that is born for joy? Personification. He is comparing the happiness to an inanimate object, bird. Sit in a cage and sing. Personification. Inanimate, singing. How can a child when fears annoy? See repeated, so alliteration. But droop his tender wing. Hyperbole. And forget his youthful spring. Metaphor. He is comparing now. O father and mother, if buds are nippled. Personification. He is comparing himself to a bud here, inanimate object. And blossoms blown away. BB repeated, alliteration. And if the tender plants are stripped. TT repeated, alliteration. Again here is a comparison. Plants. He's comparing to plants, so it is metaphor. Even children, O father and mother, if buds are nippled. Here you can even write metaphor because he is comparing himself to a bird, himself to a bud. Of their joy in the springing day. TT repeated, alliteration as well as metaphor. By sorrow and cares. How shall the summers arise in joy? Now here S and S is repeated, so this is alliteration. Or the summer fruits appear. Now here the little boy is comparing himself with the fruits of summer. So this is metaphor. So homework for today's session is write the definitions of the figures of speech in notebook. Write the figures of speech of this poem in your notebook. Definitions as well as stanza-wise figures of speech. Thank you and may God bless you.